Hi, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. So, it is very important to inform you that we are going to start a new series which is called Slow English. I know so many of you want to speak English, but you cannot follow those people whose English is good just because they speak too fast and you don't understand, you don't get their points, and that's why you feel like you cannot be good at English. You start making so much excuses to yourself, like they are fortunate enough, they have all the facilities they need to be perfect in their life, and we start making excuses. Some of the time we make such excuses that really not belong in our real life, right? But we do. We feel and we think like other are very fortunate, they are everything that they need to be perfect. But look at myself, I have nobody, I have nothing, I have literally nothing that can make my life beautiful, and that's why I'm not getting uh, better in my life. I'm not achieving the things that I wished for, and so many things like that. But you have to take a pause over here. You need to give a while to yourself and think how you can actually convert these kind of so-called failure into your success. Because when you change your perspective to see the things, a lot of things will start changing around you. Some of the things that are actually looking not good in your life, when you will change your perspective to see them, automatically you will see love in your heart about those things, right? And that happens just because you become optimist. You become optimist, like something good gonna happen in your life, right? If other can do, you can also do. If other can achieve their dream, you can too. But the one things that you have to do different from others, which is the way you do your work. Don't follow anyone. Literally don't follow anyone. I'm not talking about the following things that we inspired. Of course we can get inspired by the other person, but we should never ever try to be like the other person. Why? Because when you start copy the other person, when you imitate them and try to be like the other person, the more you try to be like the other person, and you will lose your own identity. And of course after some time you will become like the other person, but at that time people will call you a copycat of the other person. Now you tell me, would you like to hear a copycat of anyone? Of course not. We would not like to hear a copycat of anyone. That is the only reason we should be our own self, right? Whatever you are right now, right? Whomever you get inspired from, but you never forget where you have come from. What is your original, what is your originality, what is the things that you have, that you have been doing. Never forget all these kind of things, because when once you will forget, you will feel like you have reached nowhere in your life, right? So these were the very important things that I really wanted to share. And the another things that clicked in my mind when I thought to make this video on this topic, that people around us pretend to be nice to us, but they really good? No, they are not good, right? I'm not talking all of them are bad, but yes, some of them are really bad. Their intentions are very bad. They don't want you to go forward in your life, they don't want you to achieve anything in your life. And when you do your work, when you do your hard work, and when they saw you doing this kind of doing hard work, they will try to push you down. They will try to drag you down. They will create something. They will try to create a loop where you will stuck, and you will feel, and we start listening to them like oh my god, that person was really nice. I mean, how sweet they were. They were thinking about my benefit. Oh my god. And when you actually start thinking like this, it means you have already convinced by the other person. right? So don't be so easy to convince by anyone, right? Don't be easy, because when you become easy, people can change you the way they want to use you, right? And this is what we don't want, right? We don't want anyone change us. We don't want anyone make us to do any kind of things for their benefit, right? We need to be our own self. Whatever things that you want to be in your life, whatever decision that you want to take in your life, that should be yours. If you have taken any kind of decision, even a one single decision of your life that you have taken, that should be taken from you. That should be taken by you, not by anyone, not by the other person. Because once you let the other person control your life, when you let the other person to take even a small decision of your life, it means, you know unconsciously, but you have give the authority of your life to the other's hand. And to be honest, that's absolutely not right for your life, right? So when you think that you are going to be good in something, always see around how many bad people around you, and always try, whenever you find someone bad around you, always try to make yourself free from that situations as soon as possible, right? Because no matter how much you try to play safe, they will affect you. Now suppose you have visited a shop where perfumes are sold. You buy a perfume or not, but you wear a perfume or not, but when you will come back from there, you will fragrance like a perfume. Why? Because you were in that environment, and that environment affected you, right? And that is the only reason, right? You should always choose the right person around you, right? So whatever person you are with, whatever people you are surrounded with right now, always be choosy. Choose the person around you, right? And there's nothing wrong with choosing a person around you, because we all are free to do, we are free to make friends, we are free to do anything, right? So keep these kind of things in your mind. And if you want such kind of tips for your life, for the other things, then definitely leave a comment in the comment box. I will read and make the videos on them too. Bye bye, take care.